Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about 10 TV shows you can watch to improve your listening skills in English. And this video has again been requested by one of my subscribers, so I hope you find it useful and enjoyable. Let's get started. So first of all, guys, let's talk about how you should watch something in English, especially TV shows. First, choose wisely. Don't watch something you don't like or enjoy. You need to be invested in what you are watching. So if you have some certain genre that you like, just stick to it when you're watching something in English. Suit the content you watch to your interests. That's very important. And I know that a lot of English learners and those who speak English on C2 level will advise you the same thing because it is really important, guys. So don't neglect this aspect. Second of all, turn on subtitles. Yes, I said it. Turn on the subtitles when you feel that you need them. If you don't understand what people are saying in the TV shows without them, it's totally fine to use them, especially for A1 level students. So if you are A1 level and you're watching something in English and you understand what is said only with subtitles, it's totally fine to use them. I will say more. You can actually use subtitles in your native language too. So for those who just begin the journey of watching in English, it can be very struggling and challenging to watch something in English and not understand what is said. Even when you turn on English subtitles, it can be difficult because you don't have much vocabulary. You don't know a lot of grammar. So at this point, you can turn on subtitles in your native language when you're watching something. And again, use it, but don't overuse it. So do it for some time unless you get comfortable with watching and listening English in TV shows. The moment you can understand something in English with English subtitles, you can turn off subtitles in your native language. So you can use both English and your native language subtitles. It's totally fine until some point. For people with higher levels like A2, B1 and higher, I recommend to use subtitles only when it's really needed. So some shows, some people can speak very difficult, very hard to understand. And in this case, you can, of course, use subtitles. Actually, when you just start watching something in English, I highly recommend to use subtitles all the time. English subtitles, of course. So it depends on your awareness as an English learner, and I just highly recommend not to overuse them, but use them whenever you feel that you need them. And last and not least, choose the content you can understand. Watch simple shows, TV series, which are closer to your level or a level higher, but not more. It will be easier and more enjoyable for you to watch such content, but you also can learn a lot of new things because 10 and 12% that you don't understand is something new for you. And you will learn new phrases, new vocabulary, new grammar, new everything very naturally and at ease. For the beginners, it might be very challenging to find appropriate content, to find easy content. And in this video, I will give you great recommendations for both groups. So for the beginners and for the higher level learners. So let's jump right into it. First genre I recommend to watch is sitcoms. Number one is Friends. I know that millions of people before me told you that Friends is a great show to watch, especially for English learners. I watched Friends personally when I wanted to upgrade my listening skills, and it's really, really enjoyable, funny, and there are several reasons why you should watch this TV show. The first reason is interesting, engaging plot. It is funny, it is really light and cheerful, and also it's really, really relatable. Like everything you see on the screen, to some extent, you can relate to it. And another thing which I really liked is how you can notice these cultural crossovers. So you kind of can relate to what's going on, even when it's just the life of some American people. Second reason is their speech. They speak clear English. You can understand what they're saying most of the times. Not for the beginners, of course. but for the higher levels, it will be very easy. But for the beginners, it is okay too. So they speak clearly, they speak comprehensible and understandable. This is really important for you. And also, the context itself, very simple, so you can understand what's going on even if you don't understand what they're saying, and you can guess the meaning of the situation, what is going on, what was said. You can take it out from the context. And the third reason, the episodes themselves are very short, 20-30 minutes long. This is enough for you if you are just at the beginning of this journey. So if you want to watch something in English every single day, the great start is Friends, one episode a day. Perfect. Another sitcom which I like, but I haven't watched, but I saw a lot of clips from this episode, from this TV show, is Modern Family. I think my little sister watched the whole series, all the seasons, and she really enjoyed it. And from what I saw, from the clips that I saw, I can tell you that they speak very clearly again. The plot is very funny and engaging and light, and you can enjoy watching this series, so I highly recommend to check it out. How I Met Your Mother is another sitcom. It's similar to The Modern Family, I would say, to some extent. And again, another great sitcom to watch. They speak understandable, and this is something that I highly recommend to watch. Fresh Off the Boat. This TV series is super interesting and funny, and I personally love this TV show. I think it's one of the best, and the plot is so interesting and relatable too, because the plot is about the Asian family who tries to fit in the American society and environment, and they try to keep their own culture but learn another one, which is very challenging. And I think it can be very relatable for those who know the struggle themselves and who know how difficult it is to assimilate in the new place. So I think it's really, really engaging for English learners, and you can learn, again, a lot of new language and do it in a very engaging, fun way. Another genre that I recommend is detectives. Detectives are themselves pretty intriguing and engaging because you are intrigued, you really want to see what will happen next, you want to learn how it will end. So that's why I highly recommend to pay attention to this genre and to look at this genre and to watch something related to this genre. And the best way to do it, to start with something very light. And here are my personal favorite shows that you can watch, and they are detectives. First is Only Murders in the Building. I enjoy watching this TV show. It is a bit harder than sitcoms that I mentioned before, but again, they speak in a modern way, in a very natural way, so you can learn a lot of up-to-date vocabulary. It's also very funny, it's very light. The plot itself is not that difficult to follow, and there are not many episodes and there are not many seasons now, so you can start watching it and watch one episode per day. I think each episode is 40 or 60-minute long. Because of its compelling plot, you really want to watch it and you just don't notice how fast time goes. Residence is another detective which I personally admire, and the visuals of this show are incredible, let alone the plot. So I highly recommend to watch this one too. And finally, The Perfect Couple. It is a little bit dramatic and a little bit tense, but in general, it's very light and funny too. So I highly recommend to watch it because it really will keep you at the edge of your seat and you will be so intrigued. So I highly recommend to watch this show again. It's really short. There are only like 5 or 6 episodes and only one season, but it's worth watching. So I highly recommend to watch this one too. And these last 2 TV shows are more difficult, but again, subtitles will help you to understand them. And for the beginners, I also recommend to watch some teenage TV shows, like teenage sitcoms. You remember this Disney era? Highly recommend to watch Disney TV shows like Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. I remember when I was a little girl, it was very popular on the TV. And the cat from this TV show is my favorite character, and I really want to have the cat like that in the future. Another TV shows are like Hannah Montana or The Wizards of Waverly Place, and I really loved these ones too at some point in my life. I haven't watched all the episodes and all the seasons of these TV shows, but I think that if you're just starting your journey again and you really want to start with something more, I don't know, with something simpler, it's better to watch some teenage sitcoms because their language is easier and the plot is easier itself. Overall, all these TV shows that I mentioned before are suitable for both beginners and higher level students, so I highly recommend to watch all of them and start off with the Friends because Friends are the best. And I hope that this video was useful for you guys. I hope that you will start watching something in English and one of these shows at least, and you will find your joy in watching in English and you will work on your listening. Stay motivated, stay tuned, and I'm gonna share a really good video pretty soon about how to work on speaking, so stay tuned. I'll see you, and don't forget to subscribe, like, leave the comments below, share, and support my channel. Love you guys. Bye.